Anyway, so no, I was at a con on the weekend, and I was told a story that was pretty much confirmed by a few people, and I think it might be one of the craziest stories I have ever heard in the history of going to cons. So, um, apparently, at this past Toronto Comic Convention in the end of August, I think that's when it was. I'm pretty sure that's when it was. There was a guy, and he was walking around the dealer show. I think it was the first day. I'm sure I passed this item, and he saw a piece of original art, and it was framed, and it was $800, and it looked really nice. He didn't know if it was real or not, so he took it and he looked at the back of it. It had the DC stamp that said that it was original art that had been used in production art, so it wasn't like a print or something. And so he purchased it. It was $800. He had it appraised by I believe Heritage Auctions, and they appraised it at $60,000.
Wow.
Again, he paid $800 for it Canadian. So
Oh,
the piece, of course, that I'm talking about was the original art of Swamp Thing 37,
holy shit.
Wow.
which is a pretty monumental find, I think. And
Oh my
it
goodness.
kind of upsets me because yeah, I definitely passed this item several times. I'm sure numerous people did. And the person who purchased it is a well known in the art community. I know when I helped with some Stan Lee signings, I saw a few things that happened there, and he has some great stuff. So it definitely went to a good home. I've been told he sold it since. For how much, I'm not sure, but I just think that's one of the craziest things ever.
He sold it for BMW.
Well, it's just it's kind of crazy because again, it's a John Todelman cover, and his cover is on Heritage. I mean, they go for 20,000, about $20,000, and a lot haven't sold. So when you look at the sales, and these covers that have sold that you see examples for that I'm showing right now, they aren't key books or anything. It's not the first appearance of John Constantine like
So it was actually the cover. It wasn't like interior art.
Right. It's the cover.
Wow.
That it makes no sense. And I just don't believe. I just can't believe it. It seems like it might be the greatest find of the year, if not the greatest find at a convention of all time. I mean, I don't have a picture of it. I looked all over the place. I think that the person doesn't want his name out there. He doesn't want people to know because I mean, I don't even know who he purchased it from. I mean, I'm sure that I wouldn't want that to be known either. But it's insane. And
That's crazy. And 60,000 sounds like a low number.
That might be Canadian, but again, when I looked up the other covers, they only went for about $20,000, and I think John Todelman is really an underappreciated artist right now. I know he's going blind, so he's not doing that many cons, and I think that he can't produce any more art, so I really think that it only has one way to go, and that's up. But who knows?
Sure. You know what? I'm no original art expert by any means, but it just seems like all of it is just going through the roof and setting record prices nonstop right now.
Right.
From everything that I've seen. So, not saying that 60,000 is not a big number because it's a massive number. I would never be able to afford something like that. But it just for the significance of the book and what it is, that even seems like a low number. But who knows? That is a substantial amount of money.
Yeah, it's just such an iconic cover too. I just couldn't believe it when it was told to me. And then I looked it up, and I just know I was able to confirm it with a few other well-known people, or at least reliable people enough to know that it's at least one person who saw the artwork and told me that it sold. So and he's a pretty trustworthy guy. So I just think it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
And have you ever seen anybody pick up something? Like I know we all talk about picking up books and making money on them, or like buying a book for $1 or for a few bucks and making a big margin. But this is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I've actually never really paid attention to original art at the conventions I'm going to. I'm always trying to find books and everything like that. I mean, I will look at the art at the end of the day or something like that as I'm just looking at everything at everyone's tables and everything like that. The stuff is very cool to me, but I don't know enough about it to say, even $75 for an art page or something like that, is it worth it? It's probably, you know, if you like that particular character or book, then it's, you know, I can't justify it for myself unless it's something I, you know, really want. But it's definitely something cool to have.
Yeah. No, like I have a few covers and I have a few pages, but
Oh, do you really?
I just and I actually have a Total Ben page from a Swamp Thing thing, but it's just nuts to me.
Oh, good for you, man. That's very cool. You have to show me sometime.
Yeah, I put it on like Comic Art Fans or something. It's from like I don't know. All those Swamp Thing books are so good. Like, I mean, like you don't see Swamp Thing in the page, but it's you can see all like it's obviously Total Ben. So I don't know, but it's just nuts. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Underrated
think,
artist as well.
Nico has no
Can you
opinion?
guys hear me now?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So I just to clarify, it's the cover?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I didn't want to tell you guys this story before like we started. I told Trey and he told me that it wasn't true. But yeah. That's
amazing.
Nuts.
That's just like that's the kind of like just amazing story that you would think would run like top story on every comic book related webpage, CGC boards, the whole nine, those kinds of deals.